You might picture a woman who's always smiling, cooking a dinner, and loving you unconditionally, but honestly, a lot of Filipinas are independent and have a strong career goals. I know a lot of us, when we're dating, we overthink. We worry if we said the right thing in a text, if we replied too fast, or if we're moving too fast in the relationship. The problem is, alright, let's talk about something real for a second. Why I am still single. If you're thinking about dating a Filipina or you've already been trying and still feel like something's not clicking, you might be asking yourself, what am I doing wrong? Maybe you've been on a couple of dates or had relationship that just didn't work out the way you hope. It's frustrating. I get it. But honestly, you're not alone in feeling this way. Dating someone from a different culture comes with its own challenges and lessons. And it's not always about what you're doing wrong. It might just be the way you're missing a few key things. So let's dive into this and I'll try to help you make sense of it. Grab a coffee because I'm about to drop some tea. First, your expectations might be too high or just plain wrong. First off, we need to talk about expectations because let's face it, we all have them, right? Especially when you're dating someone from a different culture. And here's where I think a lot of guys trip up. Not every Filipina is some fantasy woman waiting to be rescued. I get it. You've probably seen the movies or heard stories from people who seem to have had this perfect relationship with a Filipino woman. But the truth is, not every Filipina is going to fit into that perfect Dujal role. She's her own person with goals, ambitions, and a life beyond what you might be imagining. When you're dating someone from a different country, it's really easy to get carried away by those idealized expectations. You might picture a woman who's always smiling, cooking a dinner, and loving you unconditionally, but honestly, a lot of Filipinas are independent and have a strong career goals. They want someone who's going to appreciate them for who they are and not just because they are from that country or the Philippines or because you think they're supposed to be a certain way. I've seen guys get disappointed when their Filipina girlfriend isn't perfect and the way they expected. It's not about being perfect, though. It's about being real. So don't look for someone who fits a mold. Instead, focus on finding someone who shares your values, respect your individuality, and who wants to build something real with you. Next, let's talk about the cultural gaps. Are you understanding her culture? This is probably one of the most important things you need to think about when dating a Filipina. Filipino culture is rooted in family, respect, and tradition. And these things play a big role in how relationships are formed and developed. This doesn't mean you have to change who you are, but you need to understand that there's different pace to how things unfold, especially when it comes to serious relationship. Let me give you an example. If you've been on just a couple of dates and you're already thinking about meeting her family, slow down. In Filipino culture, family is everything and meeting the family is a big deal. It's not something that happened on the second date. The key here is to have patience. Filipinas take time to introduce you to their family because it's a sign of trust and respect. So if you're thinking of rushing things out and push her to introduce you to her parents or bring you to the family gatherings right away, it's going to feel off to her. Instead, take the time to get to know each other, understand her family dynamics, and let her share when she's ready. Trust me, if you show respect for her culture and family, you'll be in a much better position. Third, are you meeting the right Filipinas? Now, here's another thing to think about. Where are you meeting these women? If you're just meeting them on vacation or through sketchy online platforms, you might not be setting yourself for success. Like, I'm not saying you can't meet someone great during your vacation or online sign up, but let's be honest, those places are full of people who are just looking for quick fling, not for a real connection. Now, this is where you need to do some homework. It's crucial to be discerning about where you meet someone if you're looking for a real relationship. There's reputable dating platforms like Christian Filipina, where you can find women who are serious about love and commitment. But even better, try to connect through shared interests or mutual friends in the Philippines. Whether it's volunteering, joining online communities related to your work, hobbies, or simply getting involved into something you're passionate about. These are the places where you're more likely to find someone who wants the same things as you do. Fourth, stop overthinking every little thing. I know a lot of us, when we're dating, we overthink. We worry if we said the right thing in a text, if we replied too fast, or if we're moving too fast in the relationship. The problem is, if you're overanalyzing every little thing, it's going to mess up with your confidence, and women can pick up on that. They don't want a guy who's constantly second guessing himself. Instead of overthinking every little detail, try focusing on being authentic. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not just to impress her. Confidence is attractive, and being genuine shows that you're secure with who you are. So if you're texting her, just send a message. Don't sit there for hours wondering if it's the right time to respond. Just go with it and let things unfold naturally. Women appreciate when you're comfortable in your own skin. This is probably the last thing that I'm gonna mention and also very important. Are you ready for commitment? Now, let's talk about the real deal. Are you actually ready for a committed relationship? Like, I'm very serious here because some of us are afraid of that. Because if you're just in it for the chase or if you're not looking for something long term, it's not going to work. Filipinas are known for being family oriented and committed when they are in a relationship. They don't want someone who's not ready to settle down or who's only looking for attention. If you're not sure whether you're ready for something serious, be honest with yourself and with her. It's better to be upfront from the start than to drag things out and hurt someone later on. Being emotionally available and ready to commit is something Filipinas really value. So take a moment to ask yourself, are you really ready to give her what she deserves? If not, don't waste anyone's time. It's better to be honest than to keep playing games. Being single isn't the problem, but if you're looking for love with a Filipina, you need to be real with yourself about what you want. Understand the cultural differences, manage your expectations, and most importantly, be ready to commit if that's what you truly after. Be honest, patient, and shows up as your authentic self. Relationship take work and it's not about finding someone who fits into idealized version in your head. It's about building a real connection with someone who brings out the best in you. That's all what I got you for today. If you're new here to my channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you have been through this kind of situations or have any thoughts, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences. And if you want to meet a sincere Filipina, check out the description box to get started. And as usual, I'll be back on Wednesday with another fresh video. Bye bye!